ago. I have to admit she's remarkable, an amazing legal analyst, attorney, correspondent. There's a reason why she turned out so wonderful, and the reason is Gloria Allred. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Well, thank you for having me.
You must be very proud of your daughter.
I am. I consider my daughter my best work.
And are you happy, delighted she moved back to LA to be closer to you?
I am very, very happy. And she grew up in Southern California, but I'm happy to have my one child, my only child,
that's right,
my darling child, near me.
So how important has family played in your entire career and trying to juggle the two?
Well, Brady, it's played a very, very important role, and it's always a challenge to balance, especially as women, as mothers, we often feel very guilty
yes,
about not spending enough time with our children, and then, of course, if we're with our children, sometimes we feel guilty about not spending enough time at work. But I did my very best, some part of the time as a single parent, another part of the time that she was growing up married, and I think she's turned out just great. So I'm happy about that. And when I say turned out just great, I mean first and foremost that her values are the ones that I always hoped that she would have, that she cares about her family and about her community. And secondly, I think that she is a good role model for other young women.
Agreed.
Feminist, strong, confident, and caring.
And when she was young, you took her to the picket lines?
I did.
Did she know what it meant to be a feminist at a young age?
I'm not sure that I knew what it meant to be a feminist at a young age, but I think that she has understood that because as she was getting older, I was in law school, and then I was in the practice of law. We took many cases involving discrimination against women, sexual harassment against women, child sexual abuse, rape, and just denial of equal employment opportunity. And as to the cases that were public, we often talked about them. I encouraged her to debate both sides of the issue.
Yes, she mentioned that.
Yes.
The dinner table conversation.
Exactly. I've done that with my grandchildren as well. And to understand that really the goal is equality, and how do we get to that goal? To also understand that no one has ever given us our rights as women.
Did you
know
No
one gave us the right to vote. We had to work and organize and fight to win the right to vote, and so that she knows that we have a duty to help others. We cannot just sit here as privileged women and turn our backs on the billions of other women who have not yet enjoyed equal rights. We have a duty to help them.
You are so empowering and inspiring, I have to tell you
well,
that.
Well, thank you. And you are inspiring because you just used the most important word in the women's movement, and that's empowering. And that's what we want for women. We want them to be empowered. We want them to find their own courage, their own strength, and their own power. And that's what this is all about. It's not service, it's working to win change. It's working to empower other women to stand up in their own families, in their own workplaces, in their own community, and to participate politically as well to win change.
What about all of those women who might not have the wherewithal or the means to hire an attorney? Where do they begin their fight?
With knowledge becomes power. And so there are many attorneys, depending on what the issue is, who are willing to listen to women and advise them about what their choices are in the legal arena and the benefits and the risks of those choices. And then often they will take those cases on a contingency.
Okay.
So that means they don't have to pay the attorney on an hourly basis, which most women would not be able to afford to do.
Right.
The attorneys will take it on a contingency, meaning if they are successful with the case, that they will receive a certain share agreed upon in advance of the result. And if they're not successful, then the attorney will not charge them for those efforts.
So there is hope.
Yes, and also if women are discriminated against, they can go to the United States Equal Employment Opportunity
Okay.
Commission and or their state fair employment agency and file a complaint without having to even have an attorney.
Okay.